Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and greeting to all viewers. We are Group 4 from Course Chemical Engineering Technologies in Engineering Drawing class code DAK 10502. Will be presenting our group project about the production of acetic acid. Before diving to the main content, this is our group members starting with the current presenter. I am Nazri bin Najhan and also the other members Shafrizal, Akmal Hisham and Adam Haikal. To start off, this project target is to develop an AutoCAD drawing that shows the unit process from process flow diagram PFD based on production of acetic acid. A process flow diagram is an essential tool in chemical and process engineering, providing a visual representation of the key steps and unit operations involved in the manufacturing process.
Some of you might be asking, what is acetic acid? Acetic acid is a largely used industrial product with a world demand about 6 million tons per year. Most of the production process are based on the carbonylation of methanol promoted by an iodine compound and catalyst by radium catalyst, Monsanto process or iridium catalyst, Cativa process. The next part is block flow diagram or BFD. BFD is used to help our understanding about the plant flow easier or easier to make us understand about the plant. The production of acetic acid is divided into 8 phases, which is input or feed, reactor, then cooling, dry column, then flash tank, compressor, heavy removal column, and then lastly the output or acetic acid.
Alright, for the next part is the process flow diagram. As you can see, this is the AutoCAD drawing of production of acetic acid of its process flow diagram. So in this part, I will explain the process of acetic acid production. So I will break down each stage and so that we can understand its function within the overall process flow. First of all, the reactant introduction. For this, we have carbon monoxide that is fed into the system as one of the primary reactant, and the other primary reactant is methanol. Both methanol and carbon monoxide are essential for the carbonylation reaction that will produce acetic acid. Alright, next up is the reactor. This reactor is where the carbonylation reaction occurs, where methanol will react with carbon monoxide in the presence of a catalyst such as rhodium or iridium to form acetic acid. The reaction condition in this production usually its temperature and pressure are controlled to optimize the yield of acetic acid. Other than that, there is a cooler. The cooler is for when the reaction mixture exiting the reactor is usually hot, so it is maybe due to the exothermic nature of the reaction. So the cooler function as to reduce the temperature of this mixture to make it suitable for further processing. Next up, there also, as you can see, there is a compressor. After going through the cooler, the compressor is the cool mixture is then compressed, is to increase the pressure. This is fundamental to facilitate the efficient separation and purification in the subsequent stage. Next up, the tank. I will go for the first tank is the flash tank. The flash tank function for the process flash separation. That is, in the flash tank, the pressure of the compressed mixture is reduced, causing the volatile components to vaporize. For this, it helps the initial separation of lighter gases from the liquid acetic acid and other heavier compounds. As you can see, before entering the flash tank, there is a control valve. The control valve function as the flow regulation. The control valve, it will regulate the flow and the pressure of the mixture as it move through the different stages of the process. This will ensure the optimal operating condition for the process flow. Next up, the drying column. The drying column is function for the process of dehydration. The mixture is fed into the drying column where any remaining water from the mixture is removed. Because we remove the water to prevent dilution of acetic acid and to achieve high purity of acetic acid produced. For the final column, it is the heavy removal column. Uh, Inside the heavy removal column, the separation of heavier byproducts occur. The heavier byproducts and impurity are separated from acetic acid. The acetic acid is collected from the top of the column while heavier components are removed from the bottom. As you can see, the output from the drying column is off to gas scrubber and flare. This is for gas treatment of gases produced during the process are directed to a scrubber where harmful components are removed. The clean gas are then sent to a flare for safe disposal. This step is essential for environmental compliance and safety. So, for the acetic acid production, that is our main product. The purified acetic acid is collected as the primary product. As for the byproduct collection, the byproduct generated during the process are collected separately on the at the heavy removal column. So that's all from me. On to the next part.
Okay, we move to the next part is a unit process. So this is a unit process in the process flow diagram and the function of it. So the first one is compressor. Compressor can increase the pressure of a gas by mechanically decreasing its volume. And the next one is cooler. Cooler is the when the reaction mixture exiting the reactor is hot, so the cooler can reduce the temperature of the mixture before it enters the subsequent stages. And that one is control valve. Control valve can regulate the flow and pressure of the mixture as it moves through different stages of the process. And the fourth one is the primary reaction, the reactor. So the reactor, when the primary reaction occurs in the reactor where methanol and carbon monoxide react in the presence of a catalyst to form acetic acid. Okay, we go to the next of unit process description. So the next one is flash tank. So in the flash tank, the pressure is reduced, causing volatile components to vaporize. This helps in the initial separation of the reaction products. So the pressure is lower in this component and causing the component in the tank to vaporize. So the second one is drying column. Drying column, when the mixture is fed into the drying column where any remaining water is removed. So the last one is heavy removal column. Now this component is used. This column is used to separate heavier byproducts and impurities from the desired acetic acid. The lighter acetic acid is taken overhead while the heavier components are removed from the bottom.
Last but not least is to summarize all the content that have been presented. that we as a team and chemical engineering student has successfully innovated the drawing of process flow diagram PFD based on the production of acetic acid. By achieving this goal, we have learned how to develop a plant in creating and producing an acetic acid. Not only that, we also have been working hard to achieve an optimal understanding of the process flow diagram and the unit process involved, including its function and purpose of each unit. Furthermore, we also gain new knowledge about the production of acetic acid and its benefits to the industrial section, such as in helping of chemical synthesis process and other. That's all from our group. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.